It is considered one of Louisiana's most historic, prolific crops. In fact, sugarcane has been grown here since 1751, a full 60 years before Louisiana officially became a state. This year, Louisiana sugarcane acreage topped more than 410,000 acres. But regardless of the acres in production, the price of the crop, or the quality of this year's harvest, Louisiana sugar producers know that research into the next generation of sugarcane is the key to their continued success. As This Week in Louisiana Agriculture's Kristen tells us, as research dollars become harder to come by, the future for the state's top crop is uncertain.
This is the tassel that started it all.
384 had a very small beginning as a true seed of sugarcane.
Dr. Kenneth Gravois knows that for most of the 90s, variety 384 was the workhorse of the Louisiana sugarcane industry. But by 2004, it was time to put 384 out to pasture. The variety, first planted in 1993, was no longer suited for the Louisiana's often insect-heavy, disease-prevalent climate.
If I'm a soybean grower, if I'm a cotton grower, if I'm a corn grower, I can rely on private seed companies to do the breeding and genetics work. If I'm a sugarcane grower, I don't have that luxury. There's not a lot of private research involvement on that front. So they have to rely on the land grant institutions, the LSU Ag Center, and the USDA ARS Sugarcane Research Unit in Houma to do the breeding efforts that normally occur in a lot of other industries by the private sector.
Researchers just like Gravois know that no cane variety lasts forever. It's just the way things are in a state that's been growing sugarcane for more than 250 years. Research is where the rubber meets the road, or in this case, where the tracks meet the turn rows. But as both public and private funds for sugarcane research fall short, Gravois and other sugarcane researchers worry about the future of an industry they've devoted decades to.
That's why the job has to continue. That's why the work of research is never done. You know, it's not what have you done for me lately, it's what are you going to do for me for tomorrow.
Here in White Castle, sugar grower Cecil Ramagos is working against the clock to get his crop to the mill. While sunshine has been the order of the day so far, he knows that Mother Nature could change that at any minute. Even though Ramagos admits he used to plant the 384 variety on his farm, today his cane consists of not one, but 10 different types of sugarcane.
384 was our workhorse. I mean, that variety is what drove this industry for a number of years. You didn't have to worry about what variety you were going to plant where because you knew you had 384. Well, the old adage, you put all your eggs in one basket, well, guess what? That basket tipped over because we have it no more. When that variety played out, it played out.
Ramagos says the American Sugarcane League, the organization that represents the state's sugar industry, has been seeking to strike a balance between how producer dollars are spent. Part of the dues sugar growers pay to the league fund legislative efforts that keep sugarcane competitive in the global marketplace. But there's no underestimating the need for those monies to fund research that will carry growers like Ramagos further into the 21st century.
Hopefully it shows state government that we're doing our part. You know, we want to do our part to keep our industry alive, and hopefully we can keep our funding.
And that research, Ramagos hopes, will keep the sun shining on the state's most culturally historic, research-dependent crop. In White Castle, I'm Kristen for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Now, the American Sugarcane League, the USDA Sugar Research Station in Houma, and the Audubon Sugar Institute are the three top sugar research operations here in Louisiana. Their combined efforts were responsible for the development of the 384 variety of sugarcane. And to give you an idea of just how prolific 384 was, at the height of its production in 2004, 91% of all Louisiana sugarcane acres were planted to 384. Today, however, Dr. Kenneth Gravois says the top variety, grown on about 45% of the state's cane land, is variety HOCP 96540.